With over 500 million products on Amazon spread across more than 35 categories, there are nothing but choices to go with your first product launch using Amazon FBA. But not all categories are created equal. Some are more popular, while others are just easier to sell in. Hi, I'm Jared from AMZScout, and in this video we go over the best 5 categories to sell in as a beginner. But before we get into it, remember to subscribe to our channel for more information on selling in e-commerce, and leave us a comment to let us know which category you plan to sell in. Also, check out our free ebook on how to start selling on Amazon that can be found in the description below. When you're just starting an FBA business, there are certain criteria that help with product research to minimize risk that you'll have to deal with to start. As you gain experience, these parameters can be stretched to your liking, but for a beginner, your goal is to create a private label product that won't have a lot of roadblocks. In this video, we go over these criteria as well as the categories that are best suited for beginners. So first, let's quickly go over what we want to look for in a product. First of all, we want no moving parts, electrical or mechanical. Quality control is essential when you have products with moving parts, so stay away from anything that will complicate starting and running your Amazon business. Also, you want lightweight and simple. Stay away from products that are heavy or bulky because shipping is a large part of the cost per unit. Aim for something under 3 pounds or even less. Also, have nothing that requires any special permits or licenses. Amazon requires sellers in certain categories to go through an ungating process. Going for types of products that are already ungated means minimal red tape. Also, stay away from anything with chemicals or anything that can encounter trouble going through customs. And lastly, stay away from ingestibles or things that you put into your body, because these tend to be restricted by government. Your goal as a beginner should be finding simple products to start your Amazon business with. And here are the top 5 categories to help you achieve that. First up is home and kitchen. This category is absolutely colossal and covers a wide range of products that can be found and used all around the typical household. Due to its enormity and the general use of a majority of the products, the category is largely ungated, which means it's a smart place to start for beginners. And the best part is that people shopping in this category are likely searching to find a solution to a household problem. This is exactly the type of private label product that does well. So let's take a look at how profitable it can be to sell here by taking a look at the top 100 bestsellers in the category. Among these bestsellers, there are a ton of products that are perfect for private label sourcing. Things like tumblers, silicone baking mats, microwave popcorn poppers, as well as quirky novelty items. All of this goes to show why this category is just brimming with profitable potential product ideas. Now let's step back and look at the potential numbers and profits for when you get to the top of the home and kitchen category. As we can see, the average monthly revenue tops over $700,000. And this is on a single product. Imagine selling 2 or even 3. Home and kitchen has dozens of subcategories that branch out into hundreds of subcategories, spanning over millions of products and niches. The sheer size, general ungated nature, and the simplicity of products sold means there is a solid chance you'll find your first product in the home and kitchen category. Next up is sports and outdoors. Sports and outdoors is a $20 billion industry in the United States in an era where fitness and outdoor activity is increasingly important. Its revenue is expected to increase in 2019 by 14%. So it's no real surprise that this category is popular on Amazon. Much like home and kitchen, you can find plenty of simple, innovative products here. The category does contain a lot of things that have been around for a while, but it also covers a very large range of interests. Not only things related to sports and fitness, but a plethora of things related to camping, kayaking, winter sports, hiking, diving, surfing. The list goes on and on. Just like before, let's quickly take a closer look at those top 100 best-selling items. There are a lot of things that are in the desired private label sourcing price range here. Also notice the different specialized clothing items that are not necessarily a part of a known brand. Things like gloves, hoods, overalls, and compression socks are all lightweight small items with great price margins. Take a look at the AMZScout Pro Extension on this page. The average price is within the golden price zone for product sourcing. Not to mention, the average revenue for items at the top of this category is over $300,000. There's plenty of diversity, but almost all items are for hobbies, which makes most products non-essential. Therefore, customers buying are already willing to spend their money in order to enjoy these pastimes even better. In other words, customers here are more willing to spend than in other categories, which is great news for your margins. The third category is baby products. People keep having babies, and babies need a lot of things. Most of them are very simple and small, which are of themselves two great reasons why so many private label sellers find their first product idea in this category. Parents want the best for their child, and they tend not to mind paying a premium on items that make them feel like they're doing the best they can as parents. So whenever a simple innovation comes along that makes child raising easier or more beneficial, parents are generally willing to pay for it. This is one of the best categories for generating reviews because many parents recommend products they like to other parents. And we can see that by taking a look at the current top 100 bestsellers in this category as well. This is the category that is simply littered with very simple, cheap, lightweight items that are selling in enormous amounts. You can see the vast majority of the bestsellers are cheap, small, and plastic toys or little trinkets. The category is simply overrun by them. You might be thinking that these are too cheap to get a decent margin out of them, but these plastic items' manufacturing price is next to nothing, and there's plenty of room for margins if you order enough quantity. You can see the average income is around $100,000 and the average sales volume is around 5,000 units. This is a clear indicator that selling in those small, cheap items is worth it in this category. However, this is not all that is selling at the top of this category. You can see plenty of simple solutions for childcare issues like blankets, swaddlers, pacifiers, and much more. The point is that you don't have to have an expensive product to do extremely well in baby products. As you know, when you have a kid, that's all you talk about, and you mostly talk about it with other parents. And word of mouth is the best marketing tool. So if you find a product that really makes a parent's job easier, no matter what it is, and you find a way to provide good customer service, you might see yourself making a lot of money in the baby category. The fourth category is toys and games. Well, more precisely, just toys. Because we can never have enough toys as a child, and parents love making their children happy. The great thing about toys is that you need to come up with something a child can have fun with and not get hurt. These are really simple criteria, and children don't care about all the various aspects of a product an adult might take into consideration, and parents know this. However, your customer is going to be the parent, and that is something you still need to take seriously. You need to show them something their kids would love and love them for getting. It doesn't have to be complicated, it's just about relaying that message. The point is that you might be able to create something that's very simple and very cheap to make, while at the same time making it fun for the child to use and for the parent to get the child. Let's take a look at the top 100 of this category to see what we can find out. The first issue that might come to mind is that all of these items are brand names, even though they otherwise are very alluring in the sense that they can be simple and easy to source. However, a lot of these brand names, or seemingly popular brands, grew on Amazon. Sure, some of these are Lego or Hasbro or some famous toy brand, but if we dig a little deeper, we see that most of them started as private label products. We see again that the products that dominate this category are averaging at a price that is perfect for sourcing in terms of margins. And all the products here are mostly simple and plastic, which is even better. The entire category is simply a private label paradise. You only need to be creative while finding your idea. The options are truly unlimited, much like a child's imagination. If you've managed to keep your inner child alive, this might be the place for you to start your product search. The last category that I want to talk about is pet supplies. Much like their children, people love their pets. And also much like their children, people love getting them toys, and plenty of other things for that matter. The pet supplies industry in the US is over $60 billion a year. It's obvious that people don't mind spending money on their pets. Animals, unlike people, have simple needs. They need to have food and water and to be warm, entertained, and clean. Well, I guess the pets don't care if they're clean, but the owners sure do. Anyway, pet owners love getting things for their pets, and pets also tend to ruin those things after a while, meaning that there is a lot you can sell to pet owners, possibly multiple times. Let's see what we have going on at that top 100 one more time. We can see that this particular category, at least the very top of it, is not overflowing with sourceable product ideas. There are plenty of veterinary products and other complex items that might require quite a bit of quality control permits. However, while other products can be found are quite simple and extremely easy to source. Items like grooming gloves or grooming stations, pee pads for puppies, chew toys, leashes, and all other types of pet toys. You might be thinking that this isn't enough, and that this category is at the bottom of the list for a good reason, but first take a look at this. Almost $400,000 in average monthly sales, and the price range is once again right at that $20 mark, making it the perfect price zone for sourcing. The most important thing you need to do in this category is to simply make sure that what you are selling cannot in any way harm the pet. There are a lot of different animals that you can hold as pets, all the way from cats and dogs to snakes, owls, and even jellyfish. And there is a lot of different equipment and various items that you would need in order to take care of any pet. And there's plenty of room to be creative or to find interesting ways to make it easier. Another great thing about this category is that it is both broad enough as well as specific enough to make expanding into different products easy. In other words, it's easy to create a brand that is centered around pet care and make many items within it. Each of the categories that we looked at today has a big market and has subcategories, so you can start making your way through them as well. We only use the top 100 bestsellers to show you what sort of items make it to the top and how sellers sourcing their products that are very simple and how that can help you make extraordinary amounts of money. The top 100 bestsellers of any category or subcategory can change every single hour. So this was more just to give you a general idea of exactly why these categories in particular are more likely to give you some better product ideas. Just as the larger categories that supersede them, some are better than others. Make sure you pay attention to the criteria laid out at the beginning of the video and make sure you avoid any products that are dominated by big brands. The best way to see if any of those subcategories is worth investigating or not is to use the AMZScout Pro Extension, where you can see not only the potential of every niche, but also the sourcing potential of any individual product you may find on any page of Amazon. It's the only product research tool out there that does this, and what's better is that you can get a free trial using the link in the description below. Hopefully now you'll be closer to finding your first product, and until next time, good luck sellers.